Morning, guys. August the 20th here in Central Illinois. Looks like we're in for a real weather change. They're talking for a low in the 50s and only a high in the mid 70s by this weekend. It's already cooler outside right now, but it's still, dew point's still high, and it's too sticky to throw the house open, but maybe by the end of the day or by tomorrow morning, I'll have this puppy wide open. We'll be living a good life. But what I thought I'd show you was, you know how we all get something, get the rein, the bridle between our teeth and decide we want to do something. Well, years ago when I started out in collecting standard gauge, I had at one time hoped to make a complete or a fairly complete collection of 8's. They're a nice little locomotive, and they came in a whole bunch of different colors. Now, I only bought two, the maroon and the what I call olive green, and they came in freight sets, and they're not freight sets, I'm sorry, passenger sets, and they are in really, really nice condition. But what I thought I'd show you was, these are early ones, but they're at the conversion unit. Instead of hook couplers, they've got a combo coupler, and this particular one has a strap headlight. The one here is a later version, but still with the combo couplers, but it's got the die-cast headlights. And the 8 did come in a freight set, and I'll be doggone if I can remember what its number was. I can't even find it online, and I saw a freight set in the box here just a couple of weeks ago, and I think it was on eBay. I think what it came with was the 8. It came with a gondola, it came with a flat car, and it came with a caboose. I think that's all it had. The other thing I got up here is a 8 wannabe, and that's the O gauge Lionel 251, and they literally look like a shrunk down a mini-me 8. This also is an earlier one, strap headlights, and it has the combo couplers on it. And it looks really good. It's still a little bit large. It overshadows the 800 series cars just a little bit, but it sure looks a whole lot better than the small 800s. I had that behind it, and they look like miniatures. The other thing that I found interesting, or I like, was the fact that 8 also pulled the 100 series cars. And when you mix them in, the 100 series cars, they really look proportional. But I'm running these Bing 1 gauge, and basically if you look at the Bing 1 gauge and you look at the Lionel 100 series standard gauge, they're same size. I mean, you could easily put 1 gauge trucks on the standard gauge Lionel, and you'd have no problem running it with 1 gauge. And that's all Bing did. Bing just put a standard gauge truck on their 1 gauge car, and they sold it to the American market. I don't know that Bing ever made a standard gauge locomotive. I know that there are guys who have regauged some Bing stuff to standard gauge, but I don't know that they ever made a standard gauge locomotive. So I just thought I'd put these out here, and we give them a little bit of a run. Oh, I know something else I wanted to show you guys if I can find it. When I was talking to you about the crane the other day, I'm always looking for tools so that you can fabricate stuff. And my big fight with the crane was the smokestack on it. And here we go. This is what I've got, and I'll show you. This is brass tubing. And you can get copper, whatever you want. But what I used on this was a flaring tool. And the flaring tool spreads that whole top out. They also have what they call a double flare. It rolls it down and then it flares it out, which gives it a rather unique look. So, and you can make it to a pretty good size. I can't remember, but you can make, it flares to over a ½ inch. So you could get a fairly large smokestack out of it. And cut it off wherever you want it, and solder it to the top or cut a hole down through it. But just some stuff that you can do. Flaring tool set costs $28. Then it's open season on all the tube you can lay your hands onto. I just thought I'd show you that because I meant to do that the other day when we were talking about finishing up the crane. Something that you might find useful, and since it's free information, do with it as you please. So let's give this stuff a quick run. Even the 500 series. So the 500 series were nothing more, as you guys know, nothing more than an updated version of the 100 series. And the 200 series is nothing more than an updated version of the 10 series. But I do believe, well, there's no doubt about it, the 500 series is bigger than the 100 series. It is a little bit bigger than the 8, whereas the 100 series are basically the same size as the 8. So, without further ado, let's do it. I'm always afraid of running too fast on the upward deck here and having it take a header off on the floor. They do a nice job. They're a cute little outfit. Well, a good way to start out hump day, I guess. Well, I guess we better turn it off because my electrical bill is high enough the way it is. And that's it. Okay, guys. Have a good hump day. Enjoy the cool weather if you're going to get some, and we will talk with you later. Toodaloo.